Greenninjatale here. Today we'll be reacting to five horrifying moments in kids movies by SuperHorrorBro. Now, this just came out recently, so I hope you enjoy it. The original video is in the link in the description. Make sure to go subscribe to SuperHorrorBro if you haven't already. With that being said, let's begin.
Over the years, many children's movies have been made featuring
scary. That's scary right there.
Scenes which really don't feel like they should have a place in such supposedly family-friendly content. In other cases, entire movies have been made which feel out of place because while marketed towards kids, they end up being pretty terrifying and even contain moments adults have found shocking themselves. In this video, we take a look at 5 examples of kids' movies that went a little too far and contained content that was often truly horrifying to behold.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I've never seen that movie.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure follows the exploits of a crazy character known as Pee-wee Herman.
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
As he crosses the United States on a road trip to locate his stolen bicycle. The film features many zany sequences, and while it does contain its fair share of creepy elements, it remains for the most part a delightfully light-hearted affair.
Thank you, Vinny.
Aside from one particular scene. In this scene, Pee-wee Herman hitchhikes with a ghost truck driver known as Large Marge. While driving along down the misty highway at night, Marge tells Pee-wee the story of a car accident she had witnessed years earlier. The music is eerie and the story fairly graphic, as Marge describes the condition of the bodies she saw within the wreckage. Then, without warning, her face...
Oh my god! Oh my goodness, that's so scary! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I can't even look.
Contorts into something hideous via the power of stop-motion animation. Check it out.
And when they finally pulled the driver's body from the twisted, burning wreck, it looked like this.
Okay, the sound effect was funny, but that thing's still scary.
It should be noted that this was one of the first films to be directed by legendary filmmaker Tim Burton, who went on to make a career out of producing creepy movies such as Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, and The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I like that movie.
However, this one scene from Pee-wee's Big Adventure still remains one of his scariest moments, simply due to how unexpected it is, and how grotesquely terrifying. Simply due to how unexpected it is.
Changes. Okay, so it looks normal. And oh my god, it just got scarier.
And how...
And then turns to that.
How grotesquely terrifying it looks.
Yeah. The Dark Crystal. God dang it, stupid ass.
Without doubt, one of the creepiest children's movies on this list, 1982's animatronic fantasy, The Dark Crystal, from Muppet creator Jim.
This? Hold on. Go away. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me fix something. If it's fixed. I don't want that in the way. There you go.
Henson features a series of ever darker and more disturbing sequences. These involve death, humiliation, fear, and torture.
That is cool.
The Dark Crystal is the story of a crystal that split in half thousands of years ago on a planet called Fra, causing 2 races to be created. The evil Skeksis, who drain other creatures of their life force in order to live forever, and the Mystics, a gentle race made up from wizards. In the middle...
I wonder how long it took this movie, because it might have taken a really long time.
Of this story is a young elf-like creature called Jen. Jen is part of a race known as the Gelflings, and after his tribe is killed, he sets out on a mission to heal the Dark Crystal in order to prevent the Skeksis from ruling over the planet forever. While the film contains many frightening and bizarre moments, perhaps the creepiest of all...
Oh my goodness! Look at him! It looks like He's seen the Emoji Movie for the first time. Look, he looks like he saw his ugly ex-wife for the first time.
All can be seen here in a sequence in which a creature known as a podling is drained of his life force by the Skeksis.
Don't hurt.
He looks so
They
cute.
just want to drain your living essence. Then you can be the same as the other podlings here. A slave.
We see the podling is bound and forced to stare into the crystal, which then drains his life away.
Whoa.
His face becomes pale and shriveled, and his eyes
my
turn
gosh.
red and begin to bulge from his head. His life force is then drank by the Skeksis' emperor. The Skeksis themselves
so
are
evil.
also pretty terrifying to behold, looking like a cross between a vulture and some kind of reptile. They can be seen attacking one another and behave in aggressive and repulsive ways throughout the movie.
Jeez.
Every scene with these creatures puts you on edge. The Dark Crystal, in fact, featured a lot of audience backlash upon its original release due to just how disturbing it was for the young audiences it was marketed towards. However, Henson has stated that he never viewed this as a children's film, and it has since become a cult classic with adult audiences over the years.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I never seen
On the
that one.
surface, Who Framed Roger Rabbit seems like a pretty family-friendly movie. It mixes real actors and sets with cartoon characters animated on screen.
It kind of reminds me of the, what's it called? The Looney Tunes show, something called, Were They in Real Life, or Space Jam. That's what it reminds me of.
Guide them to tell the tale of a Hollywood in the 1940s, which sees humans and toons living side by side, though not always harmoniously. In fact, the story of the film revolves around private detective Eddie Valiant investigating an adultery scandal between cartoon characters Jessica and Roger Rabbit, which then leads to a murder investigation after the man involved in the scandal, Marvin Acme, is found killed. Ultimately, it is discovered the man responsible for this murder is Judge Doom, a nefarious character who has been trying to frame Roger Rabbit for the murder in order to destroy Toontown, a land where all of the cartoon creations reside. Throughout the film, we see many things we normally wouldn't expect to see and hear in a kid's movie. Drinking, smoking, gambling, sexual remarks, violence, and a murder investigation. This makes sense as the film is framed around the classic film noir detective movies of the 1940s and 50s, and as such includes similar material and themes. Still, it can be strange to see many of our favourite cartoon characters, such as Bugs Bunny, Dumbo, and Mickey Mouse, making appearances in such a film. While some of these themes are certainly unusual to see in a family-friendly film, they are mostly handled in a way which makes them suitable for the intended audience. The same cannot be said for the film's finale, however, in which
I bet when they made this movie, it looks like they're actually fighting nothing, but when it's animated, it looks like they're actually fighting. Oh my god, I wonder how embarrassing that looks.
Judge Doom meets a horrific end.
Shush!
First, he is run over very slowly with a steamroller, screaming in agony as it happens.
Whoa! That's a... Huh? Yeah. Oh my god.
Then he comes back to life as we discover he has been a cartoon character himself the entire time. The scene where Judge Doom stands up completely flattened is truly creepy. Eventually, he is melted in an acid-like substance known as dip.
Oh my god, that's
Again,
scary.
this scene is pretty horrendous to watch as an adult, and left many young kids feeling shocked and parents shaking their heads in disbelief.
The witches.
Adapted from a Roald Dahl story of the same name, The Witches is the tale of a young boy who is turned into a mouse while trying to stop a witch convention at a hotel. The film begins as a fairly standard children's adventure story, but soon becomes incredibly dark and disturbing. The witches at first look like normal women, but during their
Return to Oz.
The original Wizard of Oz was beloved by audiences worldwide for being one of the first movies to use the three-color process, Technicolor, as well as telling the story of a magical land far, far away. However, it did contain a few scenes, most notably those containing the Wicked Witch's flying monkeys, which did scare children of the time. However, this
smile.
This 1939 original was no match for the truly terrifying sequel released by Disney in 1985. A film that to this day is notorious for pushing the limits of what is acceptable to be shown in a children's film.
What did they do to them?
The film contains scenes within a mental asylum, references to electroshock therapy, drowning, and that's even before we reach Oz itself. The new land of Oz has changed drastically since Dorothy's last visit and is now a much creepier place made up from ruins and ghost towns. The entire film contains a darker and more gothic tone than the original, with much less colourful
announcing the movies.
visuals and a bleaker atmosphere. It's creepy throughout and contains many unsettling characters, such as the wheelers seen here, twisted humanoid characters with wheels for hands and feet and extra long limbs. However, the scariest sequence in the film surely is found with Queen Mombi, a headless woman who lives in a tower and collects heads from the women she has executed, which she then uses as her own, wearing a different one depending on her mood. Dorothy is kept prisoner by Mombi, who plans to cut off her head and use it herself. To escape her tower, Dorothy must retrieve Mombi's powder of life formula to resurrect a flying creature in the attic. The powder is found within the room containing Mombi's severed heads, which are all sleeping until Dorothy accidentally wakes them.
What the
It's
heck?
a strange and unsettling scene, which goes on to see a headless Mombi chasing Dorothy about while trying to
scary.
locate her head from its cabinet, and quite honestly would be right at home if found within a straight-up horror movie. And that's it for today's video. Please remember to give it a like.
That was scary. My gosh. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was messed up. So anyways, guys, leave a like, comment down what video do you want me to react next, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you ninjas later. Peace out, guys.